You are not a good person. Your party was made of good people, and you tried to be good because you liked having allies. But now they're all missing, so they won't see the lengths you're willing to go to save them. It's the smell of smoking ham that wakes him up. Shaking his head to try to clear the mental cobwebs only enrages the headache from the wine he consumed the night before. The fog begins to lift in time for him to realize that he is bound hand and foot, and this cave is definitely not where he went to bed last night, or would ever if he had the chance. "What is going on?" he asks, confused. A man stands up, the small camp stool making the only noise before the bound man sees him. Dressed in light-scale armor that was once polished and clean, now showing dents and blood that hasn't been cleaned recently. "Ah, Duke Cunningham. I see that you're awake." The Duke tries to look up at the man, but cannot see the face. "So, you know who I am. Release me, and I will pay the ransom." Most bandits know that he will pay ransoms to be freed, but few actually know that the bandits don't live long enough to spend most of their ill-gotten gains. The man in the armor stands there quietly for a moment. "It seems like a generous offer, Duke, but what I want from you is more valuable than gold. I need information that I know you won't give up easily, so I'm going to ask you some unpleasant and uncomfortable questions." He walks away before looping a length of rope around the Duke's feet and dragging him across the stony ground. The Duke attempts to struggle against the bonds as the man in armor drags him further into the cave. "No! You can't do that to me! I am a Duke!" He cries out in terror as the man drags him through a puddle of cold and coppery-smelling water. "When the Queen hears of this—" "The Queen will only know that you are missing. If you never return, you will hardly be missed," the man says, cutting him off. "Besides, we both know that you don't truly serve the Queen, but a darker master. Am I right?" The Duke breaks out in a cold sweat. Could this man be one of the Dark Sorcerer's agents? The Duke had done nothing wrong, had never betrayed any hint that he was working against the Queen or for the Dark Sorcerer in any of his actions. I serve the Queen," he said meekly, as the man in armor stops next to a wooden table. The coppery smell now strong in his nose as he sees the congealed blood on the bottom of the table. The man in armor lifts the Duke onto the blood-soaked table and quickly ties him down. "I already suspected the truth, Duke, and so did my friends. They were content with seeking out evidence to bring before the lords and doing it the right way and the lawful way." The armored man walks towards the lanterns on the wall and starts to light them. "My friends are good people, and I follow their lead as best I can, but I'm not perfect. But they're gone now, and I need to find them, and you're going to give me the information I need." The armored man turns, and the Duke sees his face for the first time. "I know you. You're with the Children of the Light," he says, relaxing a little. The children don't torture people and never harm someone who isn't armed. "I'll not have any of your games, child. Release me," he commands. The man in armor smiles, but it never reaches his eyes. "I am not a good man, Duke. Before I met my friends, I did bad things that to this day I still don't regret, but I do miss doing them. I've curbed my habits and buried my thirsts, but my skills are in demand right now, and you are going to sing for me about where my friends are, or so help me, I will enjoy your singing for days if I need to." The darkness in his eyes was like nothing the Duke had even seen in the eyes of the Dark Sorcerer's enforcers. He looks away and sees familiar faces. His agents, messengers, middlemen, all of the people he uses to conduct the Dark Sorcerer's work. All of their heads stand in a row among the carved ledge on the far wall of the cave. I'll tell you everything. Everything, he says as he wets himself. I know you will, Duke. They already have. You're just here to confirm their stories and to tie up some loose ends. This story was written by Zin Surin. Read by Bag Vicodin. Thank you for listening.